Record Store Day June 2022 drop done. Ahoy hoy everybody, and welcome to my haul video for Record Store Day June 2022 drop. So this drop was albums basically that weren't ready because of the problems with all the pressing plants and the lack of capacity. These titles weren't ready for the main Record Store Day in April. So they announced, straight away that these would not be available until June the 18th. One of these titles, as some of you may know, is my all-time favourite album, and an album that I didn't have on vinyl because original vinyl copies go for between £300 and £500. So I really needed this title. So I knew they only had 5 copies at my record shop, a slice of vinyl. So I decided to be on the safe side and headed down there early. So I got up at 1 o'clock, left the house about 1:15, got there just after 1:20, and sure enough, I was first in the queue. So I sat outside the record shop, and I sat there, and I sat there, and I sat there, and the next person turned up at 4:30. He sort of came over and introduced himself, but then went and sat in his car for an hour. At about 5 o'clock, another guy turned up, and he sat with me, and then the other guy came over and joined us, and then a few more turned up, and by the time he opened at 8 o'clock, there was still only 8 people in the queue. I could have turned up at 8 and got 3 of my 4 titles. Unfortunately, the girl at the back of the queue did want a title that he only had 2 copies of, and I bought, and the guy 4th in the queue bought as well, so she missed out on that, unfortunately. But yes, obviously being first, I did get everything I wanted. No goodie bags this time, although Kieran did give us a couple of CDs, which I will show at the end, because some people aren't always interested in that. And as usual, he did supply a coffee, or a hot drink of your choice, but coffee in my case, and a donut to everybody who was queuing. But we'll start with the most important thing. So this is my all-time favourite album. This is Prince's The Gold Experience. As I say, original copies of this go for between £300 and £500. There's 2 versions. There's the standard release with the normal cover, and the promo release. This is a replica of the promo release. Funny enough, a promo release tends to go for less money than the original cover. So Record Store Day replica of the expanded limited edition promo version of Prince's 1995 album on 2 gold LPs. Includes The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, gold, plus 5 I Hate You remixes. I see. So in the original booklet for the Gold Experience, there's a long article by Jim Walsh, Minneapolis Tribune, I think, writer, who was a big supporter of Prince, particularly in this era. That is what is on there, basically. It's not a gatefold, so I can just split the seam to get in. Now, hopefully, I won't have this problem, but there are some copies floating around, particularly in the Netherlands, that have 2 of the same disc inside, so it's either got 2 disc 1s or 2 disc 2s. Let's find out. It's cardboard, just brown cardboard, and that, and I presume the back one, are stickers on. Yes, they are. So here we go, moment of truth. So there's no booklet or anything like that. Disc 1, disc 2. Phew, panic over. Okay, so it's ooh, I thought it was going to be more translucent than this. And it's a bit more yellow than gold. It has a gold. It looks more gold on camera, sort of an orangey yellow, than it does in person. It's a bit more yellow. I think it depends on the light catching the marbly bits. It's very pretty. I'm sure the originals were translucent gold, and that's what this was advertised at. Not that I'm overly concerned. The music is what matters. I mean, it doesn't say translucent on the sticker, to be fair. Polyline sleeves. Okay, so what they've done, so the original album would only fill 3 sides of vinyl. So on side 4, they've put the remixes of I Hate You. So there's 5 remixes that were originally on CD single. I think they all were. So it's the extended remix, the album version, the Quiet Night mix, the single version with guitar solo, and the single version without guitar solo. But yeah, beyond thrilled to have that on vinyl. And as you probably saw, it was $34.99, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than an original. I was sort of expecting it was going to be in sort of a 50 quid mark. So really happy with that price. Okay, and the next thing I picked up is Supergrass Moving. Most record store days is a Supergrass release. This is a 6-track 12-inch EP on blue vinyl, limited edition record store day 2022. Cost $22.99. So this features Moving the Movie Mix, the original extended mix for the film East is East. Believer, which is original B-side to the 7-inch. Far Away Acoustic, which was on the CD2 single of Moving. Lucky No Fear, which was also on the CD2 single. Oh, it was on the CD2 single of Pumping on Your Stereo. You Two Can Play Alright, which was a bonus track from CD1 single of Moving. And Moving live on Absolute Radio, recorded in 2020. Let's get into this. That's the back. I can't remember if I showed that. So a custom inner. And this is just a solid blue. Very nice. All that. So yeah, there was only the 4 titles. Well, there was 5 I wanted. One of them was a maybe, and as it is, it hasn't arrived at any record shop yet. There's a few titles that were running late. Paul McCartney and a couple of other titles didn't turn up until late yesterday. But the one that I was a maybe and I couldn't get, even if I wanted to, was Altered Images. But I'd decided I'm not really bothered about that. It's a picture disc with 4 of their hits on it, basically, and I have a greatest hits LP from them, so I don't really need it. And the picture, it's a nice picture on it, but it wasn't. Oh, I must own that. So next up is the Best of Fun Boy 3, limited edition 140 gram green vinyl, $26.99. Basically, I decided a while back that I wanted a Fun Boy 3 greatest hits, and then this was announced, so I thought, oh, that solves that one then. But there's certainly some great tracks that they did that I wanted. So this is a great way to pick it up. So it's a deep green and sort of translucent. Very nice. It's got everything you would expect. Take what you do, it's the way that you do it. Summertime, lunatics taking over the asylum. The more I see, the less I believe. Telephone always rings. Our lips are sealed. Tunnel of love. We're having all the fun. Farmyard connection and the pressure of life takes weight off the body. And the last title, so this was the one that the girl missed out on. It's Peter Gabriel's Live Blood. 3 LP, 180 gram red vinyl. Half-speed remaster, includes download code, $29.99. It's quite good for a free disc set. Recorded live at Hammersmith Apollo, 23rd and 24th of March 2011. Yeah, so nice track listing on this. So I am collecting Peter Gabriel and gradually getting all his stuff, including live albums, so definitely wanted this. But nice track listing. So we've got Biko and Digging in the Dirt and Mercy Street and Red Rain, Salisbury Hill, In Your Eyes, Don't Give Up. That's some good stuff. Tis a Gatefold. So it's recorded with an orchestra. And I do love music with an orchestra. So it should be really good, I hope. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, those were the Record Store Day titles that I picked up. As I got up to the counter, sat on there was 2 copies of a CD. Basically, he ordered this in thinking it was a Record Store Day release, all will become clear. But it's not, it's just a standard reissue that came out yesterday. Obviously, I have this album. Otherwise, I wouldn't know it was my favourite album of all time. I have the original release, but this is the new reissue of the Gold Experience on CD. So that's the original cover. I had been dithering about getting this anyway because the original release is in a jewel case, and so I've been quite good about not picking up the Prince reissue CDs. Unless I really needed to, unless they were significantly different from the originals. But, you know, it's this album. It's my favourite album of all time. So, as I say, I had been contemplating getting it anyway. But this was just the... catalyst that prompted me to buy it. Yeah, this looks very similar to the original release. That's that article by Jim Walsh that's on the sticker on the back of the vinyl. So this album, the reason it's taken them so long to reissue it is because there was a legal battle in Italy over the most beautiful girl in the world, so they weren't allowed to, but that's all been resolved now, thankfully. Yes, and as I say, he did give us a couple of CDs. I think anybody who turns up today will get one until he runs out, or get them both. Most of the Q people were a bit disparaging of the first one, but this is Dizzy Rascal's album E3AF. I'm just trying to work out if that's meant to be anything, I don't know. But yes, I don't mind Dizzy Rascal, so I will happily give that a listen. I do have one of his other albums. I don't knowingly know anything on here, but you never know. I won't open it up because most of you probably don't care. And the debut album from Easy Life, Life's a Beach, which is vaguely familiar. I think it's one that I saw the Universal Group advertising when it came out. It's from last year, but no idea what that will be like. But gratefully received. Yep, so that's it. That's my haul. Next Record Store Day will be Black Friday. No idea what's coming out then, so we shall see. But yeah, so got up unnecessarily early, but really pleased that I got everything that I wanted, so it was worth it, really. I did get a hug off a drunk girl and have a young drunk lad ask to sit on my lap whilst I was waiting, but no trouble, thankfully. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks.